finish, maybe sort of you come a bit back, and that we have sort of said who is on, steps a bit forward and engages with the camera. Yeah, like, okay, so now, yeah, I'm talking about
Yes.
who I am, my audio description, my story. Some of that story I'm sharing with my friend Kaharangi. So Kaharangi, please, your time to talk about our shared journey. I go back and here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Yes.
Here we are.
Kia ora koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tātou katoa. Ka piri te kūtai, ka piri te pāreko, ko tāne whakapiripiri. Ko te ahu pāti ki te mauka, ko koukou rarata te awa, ko maka whiua te waka, ko tū te huarewa te whare tūpuna, ko puari te marae. Ko Kahuraki, Marino, Aroha, Bronze St. George, Tohoku Ikoa. I am Kahuraki, and I descend from Kaitahu, Kātimamoi, Waitaha, and Ngāti Porou, was born in Ōtautahi, and continue to live there. For my audio description, I am a 32-year-old Scottish Māori man with coffee brown skin, dark chocolate hair in a plait with grey accents, and brown eyes, clean-shaven with well-groomed sideburns on my face. I am wearing my tīpare headband with a brown and black potama pattern, a manaya pounamu with paua eyes around my neck, a multicolour knitted Hawaiian lei gifted me by my one Hawaiian friend, a purple pinstriped shirt, pale blue pinstriped suspenders with leather lathrops that say police and firemen on the fasteners, and lavender trousers with golden patches on the knees. And now, to pass the rako on to my fellow collaborator, Thomas.
Thank you very much, Kaharangi. Yes, my name is Thomas Sens. I'm speaking to you as the founder and creative director of Suitability Trust, based here in Auckland, in Ponsonby, or as my colleague likes to say,
Ponsonby.
Ponsonby. Thank you very much. My mountain are the European mountains. My river is the Atlantic Ocean. My village is a port town in the northern part of Germany, north of the capital Berlin. My journey here took place 20 years ago. I settled the first 10 years here in New Zealand, up north in the Kaipara and Dargaville, and now 10 years here in Auckland. My audio description, a young 50-year-old male, originally blonde, now I call it featuring shades of grey.
So many shades.
I'm color matching my colleague Kaharangi with his favorite color, purple, on our Circuability t-shirt. Against a colorful background, you see an artwork created by one of our circus tutors, Mary, a group, a whānau of circus performers in the air, juggling, on roller, bowler, hula hooping. And I'm sitting with Kaharangi in my home office here in Auckland against the white wall with two framed posters from French street art festivals. That's us. So to our introduction, Kaharangi, can I pass it back to you to talk about what we want to present today and share with the people who are listening in?
Thank you, Thomas. Well, my story as it connects with Circuability starts with one of the lockdowns in early 2021 when all meetings were being conducted via Zoom. I was contacted by Sarah Kidston, a Circuability organizer, inviting me for a Zoom kōrero to hear a Mātauraka Māori perspective that they were having for an event in May, their first youth circus festival. She offered me $100 koha for my time. That was the first time I had ever been shown that value for a Zoom kōrero. What happened from there was that she got back to me and told me that Circability was very interested in flying me up to Corbin Estate Arts Centre for the Youth Circus Festival and having a Toi Māori workshop. So I did, and gave them a workshop in one of my main skills, Mau Rākau, which greatly impressed them. Thomas and Ariane Craig Smith, another of Circability's organisers, invited me to keep the kōrero going with them about another event they were having later in the year, Kanohi Kitea, which means a face that is seen. It was about creating a space for Māori to connect with circus, which Thomas will talk more on later. It took place in August 2021, starting with a pōwhiri at Grey Lynn Community Centre, where instead of people introducing themselves with mihi, they did it with performance. Whānau from Te Rōpū Taurima, a Māori disability group, were there, and after I finished my piece from my show Iti Kahuraki, in response I was given a karaka, 3 haka back-to-back, and a whai kōrero from Matua Monty Hune. It was a truly powerful moment, as it reflected in the PowerPoint presentations the following day. One such presentation was given by Dr. Te Ahu Karamu Charles Royal on Te Whare Tāpere, or Te Whare Rehia, the ancient forms of Māori recreation and entertainment, designed to increase strength, speed, physical and mental agility, flexibility, balance, dexterity, and teamwork, which sounded very much like a circus unto itself, and they were able to endow many important life skills. We had the hui and then the dui, with Thomas driving me to give workshops in Tāmaki, Waipu, and Whāngarei, one in particular at Te Kura Kaupapa Māori o Piripono, which I believe to be the first ever full immersion Reo Māori juggling workshop. Fast forward to 2022, and we had the second Youth Circus Festival in Waipu, and the second Kanohi Kitea up at Kaitaia. So that definitely helped us spread the aroha around. This time, Kanohi Kitea was done in collaboration with Kaitaia College, Shine On Kaitaia, Te Rarawa, Three Little Birds, and Ngāti Kahu, and many, many others, at the Te Ahu Centre. I had spoken to Thomas about creating opportunity for local rakatahi to collaborate with me, and for my performance, I had 2 amazing local wahine Māori from Kaitaia College performing on stage with me. One of them had rehearsed with me only 2 days before the show, the other only 7 minutes. They both did amazingly and professionally. Whaia Shah, one of the kaiako, gave me huge thanks for giving some of her students a chance to shine, and I had to give her and the tumuaki, the principal, thanks for letting me use her students on their behalf, because they were busy training Mau Rākau, the very skill with which they had helped me on stage. The following Sunday, I conducted a workshop in Tikaka Māori 101, specifically how a pōwhiri works. I made use of the unique cultural makeup of our group to have Liz, our Tongan wahine, do the karaka in her native Tongan, and then I had our 2 German men, Thomas and Ahmed, conduct the whai kōrero in their native Deutsch, which really brought a unique colour to grounding the tikaka in which we conducted that porphyry practice. This was all but a taste of what continuing to connect Māori taka with circus arts looks like, and on a bigger scale, what having a uniquely Aotearoan style of circus would look like on the global stage. Taking small steps to think big. It reminds me of the whakatauki behind the name of my show, Iti Kahuraki, which goes, Whai a te iti kahuraki, ki te tuohu koe, me he mauka teitei. Seek the treasure you value most dearly, and if you bow your head, let it be only to a lofty mountain. It's about perseverance and what is most important to you. And with that, I would like to show a 100-second clip of my show, Iti Kahuraki, which contains clips of me wearing flaxen kākahu and a Western colonial suit, wielding my taiaha. I hope you enjoy.
Good. When will you hand over?
Kia ora. I hope you enjoyed that little sample of my most precious life's work. And with that, I would like to pass on the rako to my friend and colleague, Thomas Hinz.
Taking the rako. Yes, I would like to talk with you about our journey of Kanohi Kitea, coming together face to face of Maori culture, Maori tanga and circus arts. The why, the what, the how,